Okay, I'm now going to show you how I do the four stitch left cable chain. And this is, if you're following along with my cable brim slouch pattern, this would be row 6 in the pattern. To do this, the first step is to remove the stitches on pegs 6 and 7. So we're removing stitches on, and you take both of the stitches off. In the prior row we had done an E-wrap 1/2, so this creates a really long stitch, which makes it easier to move. You can see that. So what I do is then once I removed them, I just place them, I just hold them or pull them back to the inside of the loom. So you've got the stitches on peg 6 and 7 removed, and I just sort of hold them there. Another thing you could do is you could use a pen or a crochet hook to just keep them in place. I typically just hold them with my fingers, although it's a little bit harder to do for a video. So for now I'm just going to place them on the pen. The next step is to remove the stitch on peg 4. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, next step, sorry, remove stitch on peg 5. So you have this one long stitch, and then you're moving it over to empty peg 7. And you're placing it back on the loom. So again, that was the stitch that was on this peg. You're moving over to peg 7. Now the stitch that's on peg 4 you remove, and you move it to the empty peg on peg 6. Now right here you have the stitch that was on peg 7 and 6 respectively. 7 is right here, 6 is right here. You're going to move stitch seven and place it on empty peg 5. It really doesn't matter which way you go. Actually, maybe it does. I'm looking at my notes here, but this was peg 7, or stitch 7. So you're going to place that on peg 5. And this was the stitch on peg 6, and you're placing that on peg 4. So now you have your stitches crossed over, which is going to give you the cable look. It's not really a true cable, I don't believe, but this is my method for doing it. After you've moved them, you're going to want to do an E-wrap on each of the pegs that you had moved. You want to do an E-wrap stitch, bringing the bottom up over the top. If you're following along with my pattern, your next step is going to be to purl 2 pegs. And I'll show you how I do that. So we're purling the last 2 pegs in the row. And this is peg 6, or row 6. So we're purling pegs 8 and 9. And then we're doing on peg 10 a knit stitch, not an E-wrap knit, but in this case a U-wrap. So you just bring the working yarn around, just lay it flat across, bring the bottom up over the top, and now you're ready to start on your next row for the pattern. And we're going to be skipping this peg and starting right on with the peg number 9. Next, I will be showing you how to do the 4-stitch right cable chain.